Alright guys, today we are going to look at these 4 word problems and we are going to determine if it is a 1-step or a 2-step problem. We are going to determine what operation is being used, and then from there we're going to create a strip diagram and an equation. So let's go ahead and get started because we have a big task at hand. So the first problem says Nolan has a lemonade stand in his neighborhood. He sold 200 small lemonade drinks and 296 large lemonade drinks. In all, how many lemonade drinks did he sell? Well, I read it one time, but now I need to read it another time. So, excuse me. Nolan has a lemonade stand in his neighborhood. He sold 270 small lemonade drinks and 296 large lemonade drinks. In all, how many lemonade drinks did he sell? So let's think about that. If he has a lemonade stand and he sold 270 small lemonade drinks and 296 large lemonade drinks, what operation are we going to use? Are we going to add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Well, let's make a strip diagram to help us out. So my strip diagram is going to look like this. I have my small lemonade and I have my large lemonade, and I'm trying to figure out how many lemonades he sold altogether. Well, since I'm trying to figure out how many lemonades he sold altogether, that means I'm going to add, or I'm going to use addition. And my equation would be 270 small lemonade plus 296 large lemonade is going to equal our question mark, which tells us our total amount of lemonade sold. Our next problem says, a school had 9 rows of windows on the front of its building. Each row has 6 windows. How many windows are on the front of the school building? Again, I read it the first time. Now I need to read it the second time. So it says a school had 9 rows of windows on the front of its building. Each row has 6 windows. How many windows are on the front of the school building? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a strip diagram. So I know the school has 9 rows of windows and there are 6 windows in each row. So if I made my strip diagram, it would look something like this. I have row number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And each one has 6W, which means 6 windows. So 6 windows in all. And that's going to tell me how many windows there are all together. So if I have 9 groups of 6, that means that I'm going to use multiplication. I'm going to multiply. So I have 9 groups of 6 equals question mark, and my question mark tells me the number of windows. Our next problem says Joe's Donut Shop started the day with 589 sugar donuts. A company bought 192 sugar donuts for their employees. How many sugar donuts remained? So I read it one time, so what do I have to do? That's right, I have to read it a second time. So Joe's Donut Shop started the day with 589 sugar donuts. A company bought 192 sugar donuts for their employees. How many sugar donuts remained? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my strip diagram. My strip diagram is going to look like this. So I started with 589 sugar donuts. And somebody bought 192 sugar donuts, and I'm trying to figure out how many donuts are left. Well, since I'm starting with my whole or my total and I'm taking a part and it's going away, that means I'm going to subtract or use subtraction. So my equation would read 589 minus 192 equals question mark, which tells us the number of donuts left. Now my final question says Jake had 24 marbles. He shared them equally between himself and his 5 best friends. How many marbles did each person receive? So I read it the first time, so let's read it again. This time it says Jake had 24 marbles. He shared them equally between himself and his 5 best friends. How many marbles did each person receive? So again, I'm going to use a strip diagram. Now let's think about this. It's Jake, and he has 24 marbles, and he shares them between himself and 5 friends. Well, let's think about what that would be. So it's Jake and his 5 best friends. So how many people actually are there? That's right, there's 6, but they're trying to trick us because it only says 5. But it's 5 best friends with himself. So our strip diagram is going to look like this. We have 24 marbles he wants to share. We have friend 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but we also have Jake. And we're trying to figure out how many marbles each person's going to get. So since we have our total and we know how many people are going to share them, that means that we are going to divide, or we're going to use division. And, excuse me, since we are using division, our equation would read 24 divided by 6 equals question mark. And remember, our question mark is how many each person is going to get.